Memes, we all love them, and they come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes and types and all that wonderful shit. But today, what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at trans memes. And not just that, we're actually going to be exploring all sorts of different genres of trans memes because there's many, many different kinds. So, yeah, let's check that shit out. Alright, so we're just gonna start off with some general trans memes, some all purpose, generic, analog, general use memes of the trans type. Yeah. I'm you from the future. Oh yeah? Prove it. Well, turns out you're gay. But I like girls. Exactly. So this is, of course, one of the all-time great trans meme classics. If you're familiar with trans memes at all, you're probably very familiar with this one. I'm a big fan of it myself. I especially like the little bit at the bottom there with the look in her eye and then the sweat on the back of the seemingly little boy's head. I just feel like that really captures, like that captures a whole feel that I am all too familiar with. I'm trans, not a trap. If my life goal was to lie to straight men, I'd be conservative media. Yeah. So, in case you don't know, trap is a word oftentimes derogatory, or it's very often used in like pornography or, of course, jokey, memey ways to refer to a trans person, particularly trans women. That's how I've seen it used. I've never really seen it used to refer to men, unless it's in the context of like a femboy, like a guy who's trying to look very very feminine and girly. And so it's not always the nicest word to use. So just a heads up in case you're unfamiliar with it. Hello? Can you hear me? Bitch, I will impregnate you with my triplets! My voice passes! I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that one hit me pretty hard, because that got a little too real. So maybe a little background, because I think if you're not trans or if you're not exposed to trans people a lot, you might not quite get everything that's going on here. So I think the reason in the first panel she's saying, hello, can you hear me, is because that for a lot of trans femme people, it can be very difficult to talk in a high-pitched or stereotypically feminine voice while also being loud enough to hear. It can be a real challenge. And of course, the second panel is a reference to the awful, vulgar, disgusting harassment that women very often have to face at the hands of men. And especially in the call center environment. I actually work full time in a call center, and I've experienced this more times than I can count. And really, what I think the point of this meme is that receiving gender based discrimination as a trans woman can be just like oddly gratifying because it sucks you're getting discriminated against, but you know the reason you're getting discriminated against is because the person discriminating against you sees you as a woman. So it's just this weird experience of simultaneously experiencing the highs of gender euphoria while someone's discriminating against you. Okay, so it's a screenshot of Twitter when Abigail Thorne, the wonderful YouTuber Abigail Thorne, came out as a trans woman. And the response from a conservative Twitter account is, "There's no such thing as a trans woman. You're just a woman and will never be a real man. By the looks of it, you're not gonna fool anyone either." And so what we have here is a prime example of one of my favorite subgenres of trans memes, accidental trans allies or accidental ally memes. And so it's where somebody is trying to be mean to trans people or discriminate or something like that, but they end up accidentally expressing support for the trans person in question or for the trans community or whatever. So obviously in this case what the conservative Twitter account holder thinks happened here is that somebody has come out as a trans man and they're saying they see that person as a woman, and so they're saying you'll always be a woman. But of course, Abigail Thorne is a woman. She's a trans woman, and so saying that she will always be a woman and she will never be a man is very supportive of her. I'm sure she loves hearing that, and I'm sure she also really loves hearing that one of the reasons why is because to you, she looks like a woman. Hey, you're looking a little hungry there. Maybe you might like some egg memes. It's a different day now, so I'm wearing different clothes. I'm a slow bitch. So, in case you don't know, egg memes could be described as memes about trans people in denial. A lot of people, when they're first starting the process of either coming out or maybe exploring if they're trans or not, or maybe they're starting to take their transness more seriously, something like that, a lot of times people in that phase are referred to as eggs, or maybe you could say that their egg is cracking. And then these memes are just sort of things that people in that situation often find relatable. 1 week into quarantine versus 1 year into quarantine. This one really hits close to home because I, like a lot of people, did a lot of self exploration during my downtime when COVID first started and we couldn't really go out and everything was closed and all of that. You know, it's really a big help when you're exploring transness to be able to be alone and have time to yourself. Just no one else in the house, or at least nobody else in your room, and you're just able to do whatever the fuck you want without having to worry about any sort of judgment or just what anybody thinks at all. I really want to start taking E the day after I get the COVID vaccine. Act like it's turning me into a woman via some absurd side effect. Easier than coming out. So my jiu-jitsu coach is a very, very nice guy, but he buys into pretty much every conspiracy theory out there, and he was very concerned about how 5G was affecting us because they installed a 5G tower right outside of our gym, and he was worried that it was going to cause inflammation and ultimately cause us to get more injuries. And he's really into Alex Jones and is a conservative guy and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes I wonder if he thinks that the reason I'm trans is because of 5G or the COVID vaccine or tap water or something like that. Reminder, being an egg doesn't mean you'll inevitably come out as trans. It means you're taking time to figure yourself out, regardless of the result. Trans or cis, binary or non-binary, gender conforming or not, you're always welcome here. Well, that sure seems like an appropriate meme to leave off on. Maybe not the funniest meme, but just a good reminder that these memes are for everyone. You know, that meme was posted on the Egg IRL subreddit, which is a subreddit specifically for egg memes, but it also applies to my channel. This channel, the memes that I'm sharing here with you, they're for everyone to enjoy and have a laugh at and maybe even get some benefit from. So regardless of how you identify or what you are or what sort of person you are or anything like that, I really don't care. This channel is for you, and I'm very happy that you're here, and I love you. Thank you for sticking with me through this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, turn those notifications on, leave a comment. Also, go check me out on Twitch. I play all kinds of cool computer games and shit over there. Twitch.tv/ArcaneAria. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. I'll catch you freaks on the flip side.